All right, hey everybody. I came out to the shop today to get a couple things out of my motorhome, and I thought I would give you guys kind of a technical walkthrough and answer a couple questions that were in my Tech Tuesday videos and just common comments and whatnot people wanted to see. So one of them is when I did that walkthrough with Andrew Steele on the inside of my motorhome, I showed the digital gauges that I use to be able to monitor my amp draw on each leg. You can see the upper one is the volts in, and that lower one was the amps out. So those are going to be a Blue Sea Systems product, part number 8247. And those I don't think come with that metal trim, but that was what they are. So they're a Blue Sea monitor that's actually tied in with the amp draw connections on the back of my 110 panel. And then down below it are going to be two fuses, one for each monitor. So that kind of covers that. And then I'm going to take us inside and show a few things, and then we'll show the amp draw meters and whatnot on some SilverLeaf products. And then a couple people to ask about getting couches in and out and refrigerators. And so nobody's here right now, so it'll be nice and quiet, and we'll take you through some of that stuff. All right, so we made it inside the shop. I did a video on doing floor remodels. So we're going to take you inside of here. And then the other one that I did, the flooring job, is actually right now in the middle of getting done. And so we'll take a look at it here too after a while. Maybe when I shoot that one being done, I'll show you this one partway being done. But I know we got another one lined up after it. So plenty of flooring job tours to be able to give you. Let's go into this room. So we're in the sales prep area before we take them over to another room to deliver them. And it looks like even getting some work done here during the weekends. So things are pretty hopping. So I'll take you over here and show you some stuff on this one coach. All right, somebody was commenting on about how do you get the refrigerators and the large couches in and out. Well, here we are. This is going to be a 2000 Affinity. And as you can see, the windshield is out. And that's because we've replaced out the factory RV refrigerator with a residential refrigerator. So that's getting one of those brand new Samsungs in it. That'll be how you get that out. Most of the time, couches would just be taken apart and they can go through the entry door. I do know that sometimes it gets to be a struggle when you end up with the narrower doors, like you'd have on this Allure compared to the little wider doors. I think this Monaco may be a little bit wider. But that would be the lowdown on that. So that's how those refrigerators are taken in and out. If you don't have a big window at your toll window. Now sometimes the driver's toll window, like on this Newmar product here, it's gonna have a real large window. So you can take the doors off of it, and then you can actually get that refrigerator in there. So we're gonna make our way down to a couple products that are down in the sales department. This would be a 2007 Country Coach Affinity 700. The customer ordered that specific paint. So I'm going to turn on some lights here in the sales department, and we're going to go over some of the SilverLeaf that was used, and then the newer displays, and being able to do some upgrades, and we'll talk about the Monaco Aladdin system. This would be the museum piece here. So not every piece can stay in the museum forever, it looks like. The concept is sold. But somebody's getting a great specimen of country coach history there. Here we've got this Magna 2007. So we'll go in here and show you how the SilverLeaf system works. So all right, we've made it inside the 2007. This is gonna have the SilverLeaf, the display that's factory, the older generation in it. I'll put the model number and a tag down below. I don't remember it right off the top of my head. I have too much other stuff to remember to be able to keep these coaches on the road compared to model numbers. But I'll get us some more backlight here. And this would be the display here. And the reason why I use this 2007 as a display is because on here it has the tile heat temp control. So the only year Country Coach operated the tile floor through the SilverLeaf system was 2007. And it wasn't even the full production year, just because it was a little confusing for the customer compared to using just a regular wall thermostats. So that's why I wanted to use this coach. So when you hit the temp button in the very beginning, that's going to show the tile on the left and the plumbing bay temperature on the right. Where on all other products, it's going to just show you the plumbing bay temperature there. And then in 2007, in the Magna was the first year we did what was called RVC. In 2006, on the Intrigue was the first year of the RVC network. All coaches that have RVC can communicate with the new style inverters over the network and have all the new modern panels put in it. Now some of the things on a new touchscreen panel won't operate. I'm going to take you over to one of those touch screens now, but I just wanted to touch base on the 2007. Sorry, before we jump into that 2009, I just left the 2007. I wanted to go over this Monaco product. So this would be a Monaco Executive. If I remember correctly, it's a 2009, looks to be sold, but it's a 2009 40 foot with the 600 Cummins. In the video I did with my good friend Andrew Steele on this coach, I talked about how it did not have a multiplex chassis system. So it does have multiplex lighting, an Intellitec system, just like the Country Coaches used, just like Travel Supreme used, and multiple other manufacturers used. But in this front run box on the Monaco product, it will not have the multiplex chassis, okay? It's gonna have all the traditional relays and so on and so forth. Now in 2009, if you bought a Dynasty or you bought a Signature, it would have had a multiplex chassis system in it, brought to you by a company out of Canada. So I just wanted to clear that up because I think I touched it so quick that people didn't get that all the way through. So here's the entry of this fine coach. Before I touch base on that Aladdin system, sorry about jumping around. If you press the master off in a Monaco and hold it for approximately 10 seconds, it will turn all the lights on throughout the coach for you. Now Country Coach, you just press the master for 4 seconds and it turns all the lights off. But on a Monaco, it's going to turn all your lights on by pressing and holding it for 10 seconds. So if you've got a Monaco, that's a little heads up on that one. This particular coach does not have an Aladdin system in it. So in 2009, the Aladdin system's gone. But I wanted to touch base on that because if you've got a problem with your Aladdin, it can be changed over to SilverLeaf and not to have too much wiring done, because the network wiring can be utilized and turned into what we talk about, the RVC network. So for all the Monaco owners out there that are curious about Aladdins and being able to change them over to SilverLeafs if they're having problems with the controllers or input output modules, or want to be able to update and just have something that they feel is modern in 2020 and 2021 products, you can take a Monaco and convert it over to the SilverLeaf. So I'll get over to that 2009 like I talked about. Sorry, I jumped base on that. Alright, so we're in the 2009. I think I'm going to turn these lights off behind it just so hopefully you don't glare on the display. So this would have been the closest you could have got to the most modern SilverLeaf display that they have in a factory country coach. This display is obsolete now, but there is a newer generation. Sometimes there'll be a couple buttons on the new gen that won't work with your coach unless we retrofitted it to operate those. I want to say that as the climate control button, but otherwise all the other buttons would work, and it would be very similar to this display. I don't have one of those brand new ones. Next time I get one in, I'll show the installation of it and maybe an overview of it. But here we are inside the coach 2009, and that would be the main screen, and then that would be just a touch screen. So you can actually press this button, dim it, and make it brighter. And then this AC power button would be the same as the 110 button in the other model. As you can see, we only have 4 amps to draw on leg 2 for the charger. DC, that's going to show your status, and then your water, your gen set, and then the temp. Now, as we talked about, since there's no floor heat being operated through it, it just throws the plumbing bay. And then here's your features where you can change colors. Now there's a code to be able to get in there to change the critical values. And that way you cannot really get in there and screw it up too bad, besides maybe some personal preferences after you get done you may not like. But mostly that stuff's locked out, so that way only service guys can get in there. And then in this case you got the floor heat controls right below it. So this is going to be the 2009. And then this will have the multiplex lighting with the keypads here. And as I said before, if you find a blank button, those can be changed by an Intellitec programmer. And then if you're lucky enough, we may have the engraved panel for that insert for what you're trying to operate there. But I hope this has been a pretty good video. I wanted to try to give you a little bit of tech today, but not get too deep. The brains for that SilverLeaf and intrigues are going to be in like bay number 4 on the driver's side, magnets, affinities in the inverter bay, and then the allure, usually they're somewhere around the toilet room, and that's where the main computer module that everything communicates through and then goes out to the system. Now on 2005 and older, intrigues, and 2006 and older, magnets and affinities, those would get converted over to what's called the RVC network after the inverters go out. Or say the transfer switch goes out, because new transfer switches are only available in what I was talking about, the RVC network. So just some things to know about. You have the Omniscope to be able to configure that and get it dialed in, and there's lots of knickknacks and gewgaws. If you go to a show or something like that and you see the brand new Newmars and a lot of other products, those would all have the SilverLeaf, and so that would be the styles of displays I'm talking about and the things that it can do. It's unlimited. In an Alpine Apex, you could even run your slide rooms out with the SilverLeaf, and you could run your awnings out and do your leveling and everything. All right, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I enjoy being able to put these out, and I hope everybody's subscribing, hitting those notification buttons and the likes. Appreciate all the comments. Keep them coming, and we'll try to get some more good stuff in there. I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.